All right, everyone. We have got a good one for you today. Adam Bjarnson, sports director here at KOIN 6. Boy, I've got some breaking news for a lot of you. A lot of people that follow me on Facebook know, and people that are in my circle probably know. But after 24 years on the air in Portland, I am departing. I am leaving the industry after nearly 30 years total, but 24 of them here in Portland. I started 2 weeks after 9/11 over at KPTV, then took me to KGW, then the Trailblazers for 6 years, and for the last 7, I've been the sports director here at KOIN 6. But I am been doing a dual career thing for quite a while, and it has been a little bit of a challenge. But I have decided, my wife and I decided, with 3 young kids, a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old. He's going from 6 to 7. So that's been the big joke right now. We're going to have a 6-7 birthday here on December 7th. So all that being said, it has been so much fun. The storytelling, the people that I've met along the way. It's just time to kind of get some of my sleep back, if you know what I mean. So I figured what better platform to use than KOIN Conversations to introduce you to our next guest. And he's our next guest because he's going to be filling my role here, hopefully for years and decades to come. He is the one, the only, Tyree Smith from K2 TV joining us now. What is good, my man?
Oh, brother from another mother. How are we living, man? First of all, your skin looks great, and that's probably because you're feeling the retirement.
It's that Botox, baby.
You know what? Hey, retirement Botox looks nice, man, but we're going to miss you so much on TV, man. You sure you got to go now?
I got to do it.
Okay.
I know. It's the timing is kind of everything, but as we bring you into the fold, tell people a little bit about who you are, where you're from. We know the last 2 years you've been over at K2, so you've been a competitor, but the first time I met you, I think we just texted or something, and I was just like, hey, welcome to Portland, man. You're going to love it here.
Yeah, you know what? I think that was my second day. I think I received the message from you welcoming. And I was just like, wow, I thought, hold up. I was coming in gladiators and pitchforks ready to go against every other sports team. But my man Adam coming in with the love. I promise you, my mindset totally changed from there. I was like, okay, Adam is a friend. I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. But no, man, I'm so excited to be joining KOIN Sports Team. This is a rich historical news network that's been around for a very long time, that's had very, very inspirational and awesome sports people, including yourself, and I know the people are going to miss you. So I just pray I'm able to step into your shoes and do such a great job, even close to the job you were doing since you've been here. I have to give you your flowers, my man. It's very important that you know that you will be missed.
I appreciate it. You're going to make me cry on KOIN Conversations, my last one.
I don't want to make you cry,
this.
man. I just want to make sure you realize the impact that you have had.
Oh, you're too sweet.
Literally.
Honestly.
Heard so many great conversations, and they saying, actually, funny enough, I'll tell you this, my man Danny Meringue, 105.1 The Fan, also on the Rip City Wrap-Up, he mentioned how Adam was the sports guy. You need sports, Adam was that guy. And you know what? That's just a testament to all of the amazing stories and the amazing relationships you have cultivated here. So, Adam, appreciate you, man. So honored to be in this position. But, yeah, I came from over from K2 the last 2 years, competing with you guys. It's been such a fun gig and such a fun time. But I knew times were changing, and KOIN opened me with welcome arms, and I'm so excited to be here. So now I got to give the story to the KOIN audience. Okay, I get a KOIN audience a story. I originally from West Palm Beach, Florida. Came here from there actually. Quick little rundown. Went to college in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Beloit College, Wisconsin.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Went to private liberal arts. Played football and ran track, Division III for about 4 years. Was training for the CFL in 2019.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But obviously, COVID-19 kind of happened, so that shut some things down. But while in the mix of training, I got my first on-air TV gig with ABC 10 UP. Shout out to ABC 10 for giving me the first shot. They were the ones that said, hey, you know what? I had no real experience. I had nothing, y'all. Absolutely nothing. And they went in and they gave me a shot, and I was just like, okay, let's see what we can do. And from then on, it was development on development. Stayed there for about a year and 6 months, and then that's when I got the weekend sports anchor gig with ESPN West Palm, down in West Palm Beach, Florida, my hometown. So I was back home, got to be home for about, I want to say almost 3 years.
Okay.
And then we get to Portland. And at this point, I'm ready to start leading. I'm ready to start having my own real career path. And I was just like, Portland, it's a new start. It's absolutely the entire side of the country. There ain't no more Dame. This is I'm talking to y'all like a mindset that I had. I'm like, there is no Dame, but there's Scoop. Okay. Timbers. And then I reached into, and I did a little bit more, and I researched how Phil Neville and Inter Miami had that, that little dispute, and then now it's a whole big thing. So I was like, wait a minute, there's some excitement here in Rose City.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a stretch. I interviewed in September, and I got the job in late October, and that was my first visit to, honestly, it was my first visit ever to the Pacific Northwest.
Wow.
Ever. And I was just like, y'all different here. I kind of like it. It was nice. It was a little bit cloudy and rainy, but I appreciated the different feel. Coming from Florida, listen, folks, it's sunshine and rainbows almost every day. You get kind of bored of it. So I was looking for something different. And from then on, once the interview process is there, I was like, Portland seems like the spot. And when I got here in November, I started in November of 2023, everything's been beautiful. It's been such a wonderful joy. And this marks my third TV gig, and to be quite honest, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. So it's been a long and awesome journey from being a Miami Heat fan to a Blazers fan, but I'm so happy to finally be one now.
It's definitely a career that it is what you make of it. Yeah. Right? We're all kind of, in a way, independent contractors. We want to do the best job we can. Mm-hmm. For the viewers out there listening to this right now, it's funny. I always tell everyone this. It's like every day is a blank canvas for us, right? We have storytelling to do, and those are the ones that are the most impactful, right? Mm-hmm. But, when there's a lot going on like there is in like September and October, and you've got, the World Series, the NBA's starting up, college football's a week or two in, your head's about ready to explode because you only have limited time to get all of that in. So when you got interested in doing the sports broadcasting stuff, what was it about this line of work that really got you like super excited?
A man that couldn't play in NFL Sundays had to find some way to stay in the game. I wanted to be an NFL football player. I wanted to be a running back so bad. And you know what? Every kid dreams of that, especially from my hometown and my city. That's the dream. That's what they talk about. That's how they talk about getting out of the trenches. I didn't even go. I was in a gated community, but I'm talking about the other places. I'll be honest, but I'm talking about the other spaces around my community that really use football as an athletic tool to see success or to make some money for their family. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't always going to be the case for me. And unfortunately, I knew that kind of younger than I wanted to, but I knew that I needed to figure something out. And why not be a broadcaster? I think I was watching Part of the Interruption one day. I was just like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And obviously it hasn't gone exactly like that, but it's been the exact way that I hope it'll turn out to. And so it was just important for me to kind of stay close to something I've known my entire life. I didn't feel confident in anything else. I wanted to be a marine biologist, but at this point in my thinking, I was too far gone. I had to just focus on the sports. So I was just like, let me stick to the sports journalism. Let me see where I can go with that. I understand a lot of people want to do that, but maybe I can be one of those guys. And fortunately, by the grace of the Lord and Savior himself, I am. I'm here. I'm doing some good things now. But it was always just to stay close to sports. Adam, who doesn't want to talk about sports for a living?
I know. It's our diversion.
It's
every single day.
It's chilled. I can wake up. I already know what I'm doing. Talking about sports. I just got to see what sports is going on,
Right. And how it impacts the people around here. I was the guy who grew up in, similar to you, where I was in 6th grade, and I remember watching all these guys. I grew up on the Oregon coast in mighty Warrenton. Let's go. I can't do the Washington, the W, but I grew up watching guys like, Steve Arena, Steve Bartelstein, Joe Becker, who's a good friend of mine to this day, and you know Joe very well. And all of these guys, and I said, Ed Whalen, who was one of the greats here at KOIN 6, and I said, you know what, if I can't play, I was going to be a baseball player, and I said, if I can't play professional baseball, I want to at least be able to talk about pro sports. So I had my mindset when I was in 6th grade that I was going to be a sportscaster if I couldn't do this professionally.
There we go.
And I just put my mind to it, and I just remember friends of mine in high school would challenge me. You'll never do that, Adam. You'll never do that. You don't. Yeah, it's not for you. And I'm like, watch me. So I proved everyone wrong, which made me feel good. My parents got to watch me, which was great. All my friends. So it's kind of fun to be able to do it. But on that note, Tyree, like, you could put me in West Palm, you could put me in Philadelphia, Detroit, Houston. It doesn't matter the market. I would not be the same there that I am here in Portland. This is my hometown. This is the team that with the Trailblazers that I grew up loving and admiring. Now, I was born in Oakland, so I'm a sad sack Raiders and A's fan.
You know what? Hey, man, they're figuring it out.
Truth be told, yeah, they are figuring it out. Maybe still in my lifetime, but I just decided, you know what? When that opportunity does come, I'm going to take it. And here I am. But it is weird to only have, I guess at this time, like 10 days left. And then, just focus on one career. Now, my other career, and we're going to get back to hearing more from you in a second because you're the incoming dude.
Oh, man, we got to hear more about you. What's the other one?
So the other career that I've had, and a lot of people probably know if you follow me on social media, sometimes I'll tell you about what's happening in real estate, what's happening in title and escrow specifically. So I have been fortunate enough to be working for Lawyers Title in our Northeast Portland branch, and I've been there for January is going to be 11 years. So when I talk about doing this moonlighting thing, 2 careers, full-time careers, mind you, with 3 kids at home, that's where the challenge lies. So you only get one crack at this dad thing, and I've got to be more present, be present where your feet are, they always say. And so that is what's going to hopefully turn things around, and we'll be off and running, and everything's going to be good, right? I'll be able to watch from afar and critique you guys and say, Tyree, you missed this.
You got the key card. You can I'm not saying you better come back into the building. You know what? I'm curious on that thought. Do your kids watch you all the time on when it's late at night, 11? Do they watch you?
No, not at all.
Why?
I asked my daughter just about a month ago. I said, what does Daddy do for work? I don't know, you're a lawyer or something? I'm like, God, I wish.
You know what? Yeah. Hey, she thinks you a big shot lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes you'll see me on TV if it's, like, hey, this is what, the commercials, the CW commercials come on. Daddy, is that you? Yeah, that's me. They don't care. They're just in their devices and,
When they get older, once they get to the high school level, maybe even the middle school, Adam, they're going to really look back and realize, be like, my dad was a dog. My dad was like that on TV, y'all. I don't know what you're talking. Don't worry. It's coming for you.
It's pretty
coming.
Cool. It's pretty cool. It's it will happen. I've got I was the guy. And were you ever a guy that saved all of your work early in your career?
Oh my! Why wouldn't I? I want to see that. I want to see what first year Tyree looked like in the first market, right?
Well, here's a programming note for everyone out there at home watching, because on December 11th, my last day, Thursday, during our 5 o'clock newscast. We're going to kind of circle back in time. We're going to do a little trip down memory lane with this guy, and we'll find some. I think I saved everything I did in the early years. I don't know if I've saved anything that I've done here at KOIN. That's what happens when 3 kids come along, man. I'll
give you that.
Yeah. So listen. It's everything's going to be fine. I'm making the right decision. Everyone says the same thing. It's just difficult because I still have a passion for this. I still want to do this. Yeah. But I want to ask you, let's go back to you for a second, because this industry has changed so much, even from when you have started, Tyree. In the last couple of years, everything nowadays is moving to this. Everything's going to our phones.
Cell phones.
So, and hence we're in the KOIN Digital studios here, where all of this will be uploaded to KOIN Plus, and after this, we'll do the afternoon stretch. I mean, it's constant digital consumption of TV. How have you seen this industry kind of change, I guess, over the last few years.
It's getting my older folks out, aka you, and I want you to stay. But that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's the newer type of generation, the newer set of broadcasters are ushering in, and that's just how it is in every decade generation. There's going to be some iteration of evolution that the new cast of characters have to embrace. This is the same game.
Yeah.
The characters just change, all right? The shows and seasons, it may be season 28 for me, but season 50 for you. The things are all the same. The places are all the same. The characters just change. And in this instance, for TV, the characters just happens to be us younger folks. And we are well equipped for that because a lot of them have been iPad babies since 2000.
Amen.
So it works for that. It works in that case. It's been easier to me because I've been on that wave of evolving technology that broadcasters or even some older broadcasters, they haven't been able to be like that. One, I was in college. I obviously was able to kind of get into that landscape, but being this age, 28, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. If the folks didn't know that, the audience, yeah, I'm 28. So I'm in that type.
I'm like twice his age. I'm twice his age.
You are not. You're 35. That's what I'm gonna let the audience know.
Yeah. I told you Botox earlier.
Hey,
I'm not kidding.
Hey,
I get it
wait
in the
till y'all see
forehead,
that
bro.
retirement Botox. He gonna look 32.
Well,
I'm telling you. Man, but it's been easier for me. It's been easier before me because I've kind of evolved. My age group and my section have kind of evolved with everything else around me. So the time that folks are graduating University of Oregon right now is the peak time where they're on digital, where they're on absolutely everything, which is what TV stations want for you. So it's been very easy for me to kind of get on that wave of the TikTok, the Facebooks, the digital land space and landscape that it is, because you're right. I got my first gig in 2019 and they weren't even half as digital as they were now.
Yeah.
Like it genuinely took an incredible jump, and the pandemic obviously sped things up a little bit more with that. But it's been one thing that I will say has been easier for me just because of my age group and just because the folks around me. And the folks at home, it is important to know that old school broadcasting you saw Adam doing, that it's not like that anymore. It is not like that anymore. The happiness is still there. The smiles are still there. But it is such a different way and process of going about things. And to say that is also to say maybe a little bit more difficult. Maybe. But it's still all TV in the aspect. We're just different characters, younger now. I'm glad you mentioned that, though, Adam. That's a great way of seeing that this way and this age of TV is nowhere near what you were doing or what you started out doing, even what I started out doing. And I still have to elevate to some level, to some extent, to kind of get with what, TV broadcast is now. Cable, I can ask how many people right now are watching cable, and it's not that many anymore.
No, you're right. Hey, listen, we got to take a quick time out. When we get back, more with the incoming new KOIN sports team member. That would be Tyree Smith, coming up right after this timeout. All right, we've got about 10 more minutes with Tyree Smith, who is joining us from K2 TV. He's coming over to KOIN 6. He is just crossing the river. Yeah. That's all he's doing. And he's officially joining us today as his first day. We'll have him on the air probably later this week, next week, whatever. But there's a lot to learn with some of the technology, as we were just chatting about. But it's a younger person's game these days. Speaking of younger person's game, I can't blame you for wanting to become a professional athlete, Tyree. I got to just tell you that. The money that these guys are making now, I want to talk to you about that, because this is one of the things, honestly, that is really souring me. I dabble in daily fantasy sports. I've got like a $3 lineup for NBA, this, that. Yeah. Ironically, I was also the poster boy for gamble responsibly for like three or 4 years, a little PSA. Yes.
Show me that later.
Yeah, I will. It's on my phone somewhere. People are like, that's funny. It's fun. It keeps me interested in the game, and it keeps me watching all the other games. But when you go to build a lineup and then there's, 17 guys that are out because, it's a second of a back-to-back and I can't play tonight. It fires me up. And I'm here to tell you, when these guys are making 380 G's a game, and you can't go out and play because, it's like, I want to take my kid to go see, Luka play for the Lakers. And he's a big Luka fan. He wants to go see him. Well, how am I to know if I buy these tickets 2 months, prior to, if he's actually going to play that night?
Yep.
So the money is just getting insane. And I did some research. I think Tumani Kamara's recent extension was a 3-year extension or whatever. His extension alone is more than Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams, and Kevin Duckworth made in their whole NBA careers.
Yep.
Something's wrong. And ultimately, it's guys like you and I that are going to pay for it, or, people out watching this right now, because of the money. It's going to be passed on to the consumer. I'm just curious about your take on the salaries, the money that's being dumped into sports.
It's funny you mention that, because that's a conversation that I feel like it's become more of up in the forefront, because it's, to be quite honest, it is kind of crazy that you getting paid $300 million over 2-3 seasons, and you can't even make 40 games. You're not even making half the games of the season. DeAndre Ayton. Shout out to DA, because I loved his game when he was here. But he was a great example. The amount of money that we were paying him for the time that he had and his availability. It's almost the same thing like with the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have to do with Joe Burrow. That's probably this offseason they're going to have to come to it head-to-head to be like, all right, we're paying this guy this much. We understand that he's good right now when he's available, but when is this guy available?
Yes.
It's so important for folks to realize, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to do both because you were genuinely right, Adam. It's kind of annoying. It's a little bit like,
well, my question is, when is it going to end? That's really my question.
I didn't answer that because
Well, that's the thing. It's like, mama and daddy, get your kids to play professional sports, because that's where the money truly is going to be. Right?
Gotta be, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to stop. The
No.
numbers are going to grow. The average salary for an NBA player is going to be increased in the next 2 to 3 seasons. The market for the NFL quarterback, right now, where it may be, what is it, like around the 200, 250 mil range, like Lamar Jackson got, maybe Arch Manning or someone's going to get a $300 million contract.
Oh, of course.
And you know what? It's also funny. Victor Wembanyama is going to get a $500 million type of contract. 600. He's going to get that, and he's going to earn $1 billion in his career way sooner than LeBron. He's not even going to get that.
Yeah.
This game is getting flown in with so much more money and so much more advertisements. There's more hands in the pot. There's so many more hands in the pot than it used to be. How are you going to feed everybody? How's everybody going to get theirs? And how that happens is somebody doesn't play on a back-to-back, or somebody does. Somebody suffers. And who suffers really? The fans.
Yeah.
It's the fans, because LeBron has a shoot here, or he has to do something right here. Maybe he's unavailable for undisclosed reasons, things of that sort. And you start to kind of wondering where the availability of the is. And because it's true. I think it was, who did we play? Oh, when the Spurs and the Blazers recently played.
Yeah.
I had a former coworker saying, I was going for Victor Wembanyama, but Victor didn't play. And it's like those things have always been the case, but they're being said more. Folks want to come to see the certain people, but they're not doing it because they get paid. You're right. You have absolutely every single feelings to feel that way because you're getting paid that type of money. I should be able to see you on the court.
Exactly. Greg Popovich I used to despise him when he used to just brush off the sideline reporters on TNT. Now I love him. Now he's on my Mount Rushmore, Tyree, of guys I want to have dinner with. Literally, he's one of 5 guys, living or dead. Ricky Henderson, Greg Popovich, my dad, I don't even know who the other two are yet, but at least I got three.
You got three.
And so there's just Michael Jordan, of course, got to have MJ right there.
Okay.
He's got to have a seat at the table.
You know what? I think I only have 4 people at that, and I think it's Barack, LeBron, and I haven't figured out the other.
See, you got to keep an open chair, baby.
Got to always keep an open chair. Yeah.
Hey, we've got 3 minutes left. Is there anything that you want to say to the Portland viewers on what they can expect to see on KOIN 6 with you coming over? Stylistically, clearly, everyone watching this right now knows that you bring the energy, baby. And that is the first and most important thing about this industry is people having personality.
Yes.
What is the one thing, like I've always just talked about local sports. We're local, we're regional, then we're national.
Yep.
If you can knock out local and regional, you're going to be in the best position. And you've done such a great job over at K2 with that, really spotlighting a lot of the high school players. I had a former anchor here, Wayne Haverly, who was at the Camas Washougal boys basketball game. Have you heard of this Ethan Harris kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, going to Iowa next year.
Come on,
dude.
now.
45 points in 3 quarters, a school record last night. I was like, what is this dude? This guy's superhuman. They're like, he's a blue chipper.
W, baby.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So I think it really starts there because that stuff no one's going to get anywhere else. You can turn on ESPN and SportsCenter and watch that all day, but the stuff that we organically can create and tell those stories about here are what's going to really move the needle.
And you're saying the right things, Adam, and that's basically what I plan on being here. I'll tell you this. Adam has done an amazing, an incredible, amazing freaking job you have of telling us local sports and local athletes, and that does get lost in the day, especially in the bigger cities where, you know, you have every kind of sports team imaginable. You forget about the high school athletes and stuff, and that's exactly what we'll continue to do here at KOIN Sports. It's important to show you what you won't always see. And it's also important for those kids to get out there, show them what they can do. I've always wanted to be, I know kids wanted to be interviewed, especially when I was growing up, get interviewed by the local sports guy for my amazing performance, and that still sticks today. You're going to get a lot of this. I'm going to be very just me. We just going to talk. We going to have fun. It's a personable, me and the audience, we have a conversation together. I'll let you know that's my new style. If you ever see me on the other side, that's me. I just talk to you like a friend. We're going to be friends.
It's the new style.
That's all it is. We just friends. I'm literally going to broadcast on the 6 or the 10 or 11 just like this, talking just like this.
Yeah.
But I want everyone to know that we will be in the community. I think people forget Jeff was in this community for many, many years before he retired. You were in this community many, many years, helping out, showing your face, kissing babies, whatever it may be. You were showing up and you were showing your face, and that's what's going to be here at KOIN Sports. We're going to show our face. We're going to be there. We're going to give you some great sports, but we're going to make sure to also show that Grandma, little Annie, is a superstar with 35 points on the evening. So it's all about making sure that the audience knows that I'm right there with you. You're right there in the studio with us. And we want to show you the things that you want to see, which is the new generation of athletes and exactly how they are going to be showing what they're going to do in the coming years. So,
dude, can't wait to watch it from afar. This is the end of the KOIN Conversation. Tyree Smith, thank you for your time. I look forward to watching you here at KOIN as I sip on an IPA from my couch at home.
Adam, you're going to be missed here, brother. If you want, make sure to keep the key card to come on in, do a little sportscast with us, man. But we love you. We're wishing you all the best in retirement, my friend.
Appreciate you. All right.